I'm Shapley Metcalf. I don't even know your last name.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. And most people call you Tommy?
Tommy.
Tommy?
That's what I'm
Tommy
known.
Rodriguez.
That's what I'm known.
Yeah.
Nobody knows my last name.
I know. It's good.
Which is good.
Yeah, that is good. So how long have you had the spa?
This has been the family business in 1974.
Since 74.
That's
So
right.
did your dad?
No, it was my sister and I.
Your sister?
And they brought my brother-in-law.
Okay, since 74. Okay. Has the neighborhood changed much since
A
then?
lot. The neighborhood has changed a lot.
How?
Used to be a family neighborhood more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, when the subway extended from Hampton Square to Porter Square, the whole neighborhood changed. All the small independent stores that were all in this area,
Right.
slowly, little by little, they all disappeared.
But you hung on.
I hang on.
How do you think that? Why?
Why?
That happened?
I think it's just a lot of work,
Yeah.
and I try to adjust to the neighborhood as it changes.
Are you ever closed?
We close only on Christmas Day.
Only on Christmas
The only day.
Day. Okay.
We open every other day.
Okay. Wow. You work really hard.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I'm here every day. I have opened that door for
Yeah.
with just 43 years this month.
Do you know why it's called the Montrose Spa? Did you?
It was there when we came in,
Okay.
and it just stayed there.
Okay. Because I did a little snooping around online yesterday, and found out that the building next door
Yes, it's called
is
Montrose.
called the Montrose,
Yes.
and that was built in 1898.
Mhm.
And it was one of the first, what they called a French flat. It was one of the first luxury apartments
Okay.
in Cambridge.
See, I
And
didn't know that.
Isn't that cool? And at that point, each apartment had 10 rooms and one bathroom.
Oh my
They were
God.
it was really fancy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I bet this. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's probably that's what. Yes.
yeah. So then eventually the
I think
store
the building
opened
was built in 1934 or 37,
up. Okay.
something like that.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about where you were born and your childhood, and then how you ended up coming to
I
the
was
U.S.
born in Cuba,
Yeah.
in a farm,
Yeah.
very far from any of the villages. No running water, no electricity, completely isolated from the rest, most of the rest of the world. Maybe a radio here and there to listen to the news. Most of the transportation was done by horses.
What year were you born?
I was born in 1955.
55.
Later on, fewer automobiles. They were all dirt roads. Rainy season, you weren't able to use them. So that's where my childhood was.
Okay.
And then Castro came in 1959, and I remember vivid as things happened, as the revolution was taking effect.
Yeah. So you were just 4, 5.
I was 4 or 5. I was there when the Cuban Missile Crisis, which
Yeah.
was very scary
Yeah.
because our farm was facing the north, and the north of Cuba is where the United States was
Right.
supposed to come in and invade Cuba on those days. Our farm was taken over by the government as a post for protection. Tanks came and took over the farm.
So you were old enough then.
I was old enough to remember all that.
Right.
Yes,
That
I
must have
remember
been
all that.
scary.
Yeah. And it was scary times.
And then when did you?
We left in 1970. But we left in a different circumstance. She came, at that time they were called the Freedom Flights, which was from Cuba to Miami. They only lasted a short time because too many people were leaving, so they were canceled. My parents never wanted to leave because that was their home.
Right.
And so when it came close to the age of me going into the army, most of the people that were going into the army in those days were being sent to Africa. And my mother said, you know what, I don't mind you fighting for your country, but you will not fight for Africa.
Yeah, okay.
So at this time, I think it's time for us to leave.
Okay. And you were allowed to leave?
Well, if you were under the age of 15, you were allowed to leave. There were 2 countries that have relations with Cuba, Mexico and Spain.
Okay.
So we asked for a visa to go to Spain,
Okay.
and we were allowed. You wait for your turn, and if you're lucky enough, then we went to Spain as a refugee.
Okay.
And we lived in Spain for over a year.
For a whole year.
Until we asked for visas to come to the state. If you get to at that time, if you got to the age of 15 in Cuba, you couldn't leave.
Okay.
Because you were already.
Okay.
You had to go into the military.
So you left just
So I
in the
left
nick
2
of
weeks
time.
before I turned 15.
Okay. Do you still have any family there?
I have all my family there.
All of your family.
The only ones here, my mother and father, each one came from a family of 15 brothers and sisters, and we're the only one here.
Okay. And have you been back?
I have never been back. Go back.
Have you wanted to go
I've been
back?
trying to, and every time I try to go back, something happens, and I get a little worried
Okay.
that I could be caught into some kind of political dispute between the United States and Cuba,
And not be able to
Accept.
return? Okay.
it has really changed. Like, we had a farm that was very well managed. Sugar, we used to grow sugar. That was the main
Okay.
crop for
Yeah.
money, but it was self-sufficient. We had anything you wanted to grow, it was growing in there. When I asked him this time what was going on with the farm is gone. It's all weeds. It doesn't get.
Huh.
Nobody in Cuba today does anything with their farms.
Huh. Okay.
So it's just there. It's all weed. Nothing gets produced. Even though they live there, nothing gets produced in there. The sugar is gone, and everything else is gone. There's no incentive for anybody
Yeah.
to do anything.
Uh-huh. And how did they feel about Castro's reign and now Raul?
You know, most of my family, I don't think they ever sympathize with Castro. But, you know, you live there, so you have to obey by the rules. You know, I mean, I think the generation by now has completely forgot what happened before. So it's going to be very hard for them to go back to any other system.
Yeah.
And the problem is that the Cuban system gives you everything. I mean, they don't give you a lot, but they give you everything.
Right.
You don't have to worry about healthcare. You don't have to worry about education. You don't have to
Right.
worry about anything.
Right.
I mean, you get what you get. You don't have choices,
Yeah.
but it's there.
Right. And do you think they're used to not having the freedoms that at least, you know, we take for granted
I think
here?
that a lot of the younger generation doesn't know what it is.
Right.
So if it's something that you don't know, you don't miss it.
Yeah.
I think the older people like me, or my cousin, or people that are in their 60s and 70s, but to them it's too late now.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you describe the government that's been in place since 59 or 60, 61? How,
I would describe it as a totalitarian state.
okay.
No freedom whatsoever. You have to obey by their rules. So there's really, you don't need to do anything. You can get up in the morning and do nothing. And you have
Because the
same-
basics are covered. What about food, though?
Food is very hard, and that's the biggest problem in Cuba. There's not enough food to go around. And now, because it's less and less, one thing that I have learned from some of the people that are coming back, and well, there was an article in the New York Times not too long ago. Now, even the people that have the little food that was available, is not available for the Cuban people anymore.
Oh, I just read, there was a big
Because-
article in the New York Times.
Right.
I
They
read that.
cannot produce enough to supply the food that the tourists me.
Right.
Maybe with this, the incentive will start coming back. The problem with that is anytime the government sees an incentive, they will crush it. Don't ask me why. Perfect example is Paladares. It's little restaurants
Oh, yes.
that you can own.
Okay.
But you can only own them when you have to have less than 12 seats. If you have more than 12 seats, then you have to go 50% with the government.
They take 50% of
That's
your
right.
profit, so even if it's very
50%
small.
of your sales, or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So now what happens is some of the small ones that are doing really well, what they do, the inspectors will go in and will fine them for many different things, $500. So at the end of the month, they don't really. So it seems like anytime there's a progress on private businesses, they will crush them.
So how would you describe sort of the income level of most Cubans? Would you say they're poor? Are they
If you ask
middle class? How would you
If you ask me, I would say
define them?
very poor.
Very poor. How did you see Obama reestablishing after all those decades diplomatic relations? Did you think that was a good thing?
The thing is, I never really have anything against the United States doing relations with Cuba. I have no problem with that. I'm fine with it. I just think that they should be, the Cuban government should give something in order to open up. And I know a lot of people are going to criticize me for that. And I think two of the things that should be is, which, if you go back to the Jimmy Carter administration, Bill Clinton, all those, they all tried to open relations with Cuba.
Right.
But there were two demands. There was human rights
Yeah.
and no restriction on travel. And Castro will not allow either one. They won't allow any of that.
Right.
Obama did not put any restrictions whatsoever. Obama just went and said, okay, you keep doing what you're doing and we're going to open up. Thinking that maybe the thought was that if you do this, things will change. They haven't. And I don't think they will.
What do you think is going to happen under Trump?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
This is uncharted territories. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I just think that Cuba, it's going to be a long haul. Even if things change, it will take generations before people say no, it will happen right away.
Are you sad that you haven't been back to Cuba?
Yes. All I want to do is I want to bring my kids back. I want my kids to see where I grew up.
Yeah.
I'm getting old. I want to have my kids make the connection in Cuba. We were planning to go in April.
Yeah.
Okay, and I still would like to go, but with the new administration, you never know what's going to click.
You might get stuck down
That's
there
right.
and never be allowed back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Donald Trump can say something that doesn't go right, and they
Right.
can say, well, you know what? No more flights. We're done. And they can do that overnight.
Okay. So what do you have here that's Cuban?
Yes, the Cuban sandwich.
Just the Cuban
That's about
sandwich. Is it a big seller?
it. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so you're gonna. Why am I picturing that you're just gonna keep working here forever?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
you're gonna
No,
retire?
I think the end is coming.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't,
you deserve. Well, you've been working.
yeah, I don't
really
think I can do it.
long
I'm getting
time.
old, and I don't think I can keep doing this
Yeah.
much longer.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for chatting with us.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Take care.
Thank you.